Other M Issue 4. We start out seeing Mushroom Hill Zone with lasers shooting at stuff, and phew, the art seems good. And Fiona tells him to go this way. An explosion happens, startling Sonic, sending him falling on top of her. He tells her to shush because if they sit here a moment, the SWATs will probably move on. Since when is Sonic the sit still and be patient type? Well, he was in the first story of Monkey Khan, I guess it's Sally's influence. Fiona tells him in irritation to get off her, and asks sassily what the heck he's talking about when it comes to SWAT bots. A laser hits a mushroom, making it topple over, and Sonic screams. Fiona asks him compassion if he's alright, seeming to muffle him with her robot hand, and he says that really hurt something. It's a shame that this isn't the Prime Fiona, or the story would be developing on her character as a freedom fighter, and specifically how useful she can be. Fiona tells Sonic to stay calm and don't start crying again, implying the alternate Sonic he replaced cries a lot, and she wonders what she could do to help. What could she do when she has no first aid kit and there's no vines around? Sonic says that he'll get back to base if he has to. Fiona is confused and I'm not freaking out, and Sonic says, "I only freaking out when I'm around is when the SW Legion sees me coming for them." Wow, he really did get injured, probably on the head. Was that supposed to be a badass line? I think the line was meant to say the at the start instead of I. The only freaking out when I'm around. See, that makes more sense. Fiona starts to get snuck up on by Knuckles, and Sonic calls out to her by saying her name, not who is sneaking up on her. She fortunately reacts, shooting at Knuckles with the laser from her hand, damaging Knuckles' cyborg arm cannon. So the Guardianship not only made up with the Dark Legion, but also fully embraced cyborgness. Makes sense. It would help them. Again, it's a shame that this has to be an alternate Fiona, and the Prime Fiona never got the cyborg laser hand, because if she has to rely entirely on this to justify her place, then so much for closure on why Fiona was seen as useful. Sonic says, "So that's what your metal arms are for." No, it's only her hands, not her entire arms. Fiona says that Sonic's forgotten that the Eggman upgraded both of them that day. Oh, so there is an Eggman that's mentioned. Fuck. She reminds him that Eggman also saved Bark's life, so maybe he's a good guy? Why are they calling him a mean nickname then? Sonic warns her that Knuckles is going to shoot a laser at her again, and after Fiona shoots some more lasers from her hands, hitting some echidnas, Sonic gets shot by a laser, clearly missing him, and falls down. She calls out his name in fear and compassion, and gets an echidna with one of her cyborg hands by the neck. And her group are extremists, so they won't nag her about it. Surprisingly, she does the smart thing and kills him, saves Sonic, and leaves behind an explosion. Sonic wakes up safe with Fiona crying, begging him not to die on her because of the head injury I just noticed him having, because he just started acting like the man that she wanted him to be. And the man that she wanted. This is so much more natural of a way to start a relationship between Sonic and Fiona than the way it happened in the canon comic. The moment is interrupted when Remington shows up on a vehicle, and even though he sees her, he says to someone who I guess is in his base other than her, that he's found 2 of the rebels dead in the last sector of the battlefield, and tricks his people into not going there. Remington, who's probably had a change of heart because of Vector attacking his cheek, says that he wants the rebels to finish the war. Take it home, do something besides waste his time and his people. Fiona asks what that's supposed to mean because she's too stupid to realize that, no, you're not supposed to hurt innocent people. And he says that he knows the rebellion can overthrow the Guardian, but they can do better. He says inexplicably that he's not for the heroes, but not for the Guardianship either, and he'd love to crush the rebels to save his life. Fiona replies, in other words, don't call you, you'll call us. He confirms it, and he doesn't suggest telling her friends about this, because that would apparently only make them more sloppy. I guess that means he doesn't trust them not to make it obvious, like by not trying to attack him. Bark finds Sonic and Fiona, and he wakes up near her with his head bandaged, so he feels pretty awful. Fiona says sassily, "Serves you right, you jerk, I was supposed to take the lead." That's pretty sassy since he's hurt at the moment. He thanks her for the concern, as I can barely see the line between his eyes and his muzzle, so that was creepy, and he says, "Thanks for the concern, but I'll be fine." She replies, "Whatever. Bunny will be back in a minute. That's the only reason I'm here." So it's a playful teasing relationship, kind of like she's a tsundere but nicer. Again, this is much more natural chemistry. He says he doesn't want Bunny in here with him, he wants her. And after she says all tsundere like that he has no chance, he kisses her in the cheek. Fortunately, she reacts well, blushing and saying to Bunny that she's in a dream. Sonic says happily that he feels like he could take on the Guardian himself, and Bunny says she'll take care of him, putting some medicine on his head. Sonic then angsts about how he gave someone much more compatible with him a chance when he thought he loved Sally. And he angsts that his fight is supposed to be with Eggman, not with the Guardian and his Legion. He reasons that they're too far away right now, and he doesn't know how to get back to them. And this place is already starting to feel like home. So I guess in this universe, it's Bunny who's better first aid than Fiona. This issue was by Ian Flynn. I cringed at seeing the clear head injury stain that Sonic had. I was expecting a laser to simply burn him. It was hard to look at, but at least the art wasn't. It was pretty good. I love how they finally made Fiona a great character here. She's got competence in the form of laser shooting cyborg hands. Well, maybe they wouldn't be that nice to hold hands with, and this doesn't really tell me anything, since the Prime Fiona never had these to justify her position. Or not even metal gloves. But at least she's a badass. And she shows compassion too, being really worried about and protective of Sonic, not wanting him to die when he's a brave fighter and that makes her fall for him. You know, Scourge is probably that too. But yeah, Fiona's a good character here. She has a much more natural excuse for the shipping between her and Sonic to start in a story than the canon comic had. And she actually has a playful, tsundere, teasing relationship with them that he deals out as much as he takes. It's entertaining. Oh yeah, it's also revealed that in this universe, Fiona and Sonic were both made cyborgs on the same day, and Eggman saved Bart's life too. But it's a world without swap-outs, so is Eggman a good guy here? Or a villain who's very long since dead and they used to work for him? We'll find out.